Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Vade, aka Pro Bench Woman. As you can see, I'm excited for this new box that just came out. It is Generation Next. Of course, GX. We're waiting for the GX people to come into Duel Links, but as we wait, we get a new main box. I believe this is our 8th main box, and I just want to go over the super rares and the ultra rares of the box because these cards are really good. I believe they might be meta defining as we go into GX. At the moment, not quite, but they do breathe life into a bunch of different type of decks that may change up the meta, and I am so excited for this. So if you enjoy seeing content like this, leave a like, leave a comment. I'll try to get I'll try to save up enough gems so I can actually buy packs. It's ridiculous trying to be free to play in this game because we keep getting boxes, but you know what, I'm gonna try my best, and I already got a couple URs and I already got a couple SRs, so I think my luck has been kind of okay with this box. But let's get into the review. The first UR we got in this box is Evil Dragon ANANTA. It's a reptile. I believe it's what, 3, 6 is 8 stars. It's a special summon. It cannot be normal summon, and you just banish all of the reptiles in your graveyard and special summon this, and its attack becomes the number of cards you banish times 600. So this can get nice and beefy if you put a bunch of reptiles in your graveyard, and it becomes a really nice boss monster. But its effect during each of your end phases, you destroy one card on the field, is amazing. That's a monster card, that's a spell, that's a trap, that's a field spell. That is really good. However, it has no protection. No protection whatsoever. Freaking econ taken, super rush headlong, and all of those nasty shenanigans that can take it off the field. Also, it has to destroy a card on the field. So if you're in your end phase and this is the only card on your side of the field and your opponent's side of the field, you have to destroy a card, and you have to destroy this. So you're gonna have to keep setting useless cards in the back row, or maybe have monsters like are okay with being destroyed. I'm not sure, but we may see a meta go around this if people run like mill reptiles and then summon these bad boys out to attack for game, but who knows. At the moment, I don't think it's that strong. We don't have that many great reptiles yet, but once we do, best believe there's going to be a boss monster on one of those decks. Next card we have is Horus, the Black Flame Dragon, level 8. This is a great card because it makes Silent Magician look like crap. I'm not even exaggerating with that. This thing negates, does it negate or is just like not? It negates activation of spell cards. Any spell cards. No spells are being played, and it's not just ones that target itself. Just like that's what Silent Magician level 8 does. It's just whatever targets it is unaffected by spell cards. But this is like, screw your insight, screw your Toon Kingdom, screw your what other relevant spells, econ, super rush headlong, order to charge if someone's still running that in 2017, who knows. But this is an amazing card if you pair it up with some maybe Mirage Dragon. I believe that's the card that prevents traps from being activated in the battle step. Amazing protection from Mirror Wall, and trying to get over this 300 attack is going to be phenomenal. And it gets special summoned through Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6 in its end phase, so it's not like you have to use level up. It just has to destroy a monster, I believe, and that's really easy of a summoning condition. That's amazing. I love this card. I cannot wait till I get it. The next card in here has the weirdest name in this box. I believe every box has that one card where you're like, why is it named that? This one's called Magical Something. It's a spell counter card. It's 1800 attack spellcaster, so in Yami it's 2000. It's pretty okay. It lets you recycle your quick play spells. So hey, give me back that econ. Hey, give me back that super rush headlong. Hey, give me back that TYPHOON if you're a tilter like myself. And I think that ability is I think that effect is really good. But you need 3 spell counters on this card in order for that to happen, and it gets spell countered, of course, like every other spell counter deck, by you playing spells. So maybe something like Spell Power Grasp will be okay, but I feel like that necessity in spell counter decks makes them so slow, because you have to burn your own resources or hope your opponent burns some resources just to get their effects going, and that's too slow for me. way too slow for me. But maybe in the future it's gonna be good. I keep saying that about every spell counter card in the game. Maybe in the future they're gonna give us a card that gives us 2 spell counters on every card, and then its activation plus the 2 extra spell counters makes it a great speed up for the deck. But who knows? I don't even know if a card like that exists. So let's get into the next UR. Next one is actually a card I've seen on the ladder already as I play in King of Games. It's Card Guard, and I think it's really good. It's a 1600 Fiend. When it's normal or special summon, you place a guard counter. Oh my god, the tongue twister. You place a guard counter on this, and it gains 300 attack. So that's 1900 attack right then and there. However, you can move that guard counter to any card on the field, faced up I believe, and if that card were to be destroyed, you just remove the counter from it. So it's a walking, what's that card called, Magic Reflector? There you go. It's a walking Magic Reflector. Nice 1900 body too. Defense is hot trash, but I feel like this card in Toon Kingdom, just protecting Toon Kingdom, and also you get to special summon your Toon Summon Skull, or if you're still running if you're running Toon Barrel Dragon, it's still some kind of protection on Toon Barrel Dragon if you want, and so on and so forth. This card can be really good because it's either a beefy monster or nice protection. You can also send a guard counter to another card guard to beef that man's attack up, and I think I would find a way to put a guard counter on Mirror Wall and just start stacking up counters on Mirror Wall. I think that would be really fun. I don't know, who knows, this card is gonna be really fun to play around and play with. The next card is a card that I'm so happy that I got. It was the first pack I got from the 500 gems that they give you. First pack, nice and shiny, hieroglyphics, nice in colors, the bam, the eyes, and then I get King of the Swamp in the first pack. That was so awesome. King of the Swamp can be discarded from the hand to draw a polymerization from the deck, and it also can be used as a fusion material to summon a fusion monster. Now, knowing that GX has a lot of, well, it was very focused on fusions, I think this card is going to be essential in the new meta. But maybe not, who knows. But fusion support is actually coming out, and we can actually play fusion cards, and I think this card is really good, really good. Maybe if you want to play fusions, you might need to get 3 of these and 3 polymerizations. So next card. Next card is 5-headed dragon. I think this is the worst UR. Like, I can't get behind it. You need 5 dragon type monsters to fusion summon this, and of course its protection is it cannot be destroyed by a dark, earth, water, fire, wind monster. Okay, that's nice. 5,000 attack, 5,000 defense, that's okay. However, this thing can still be econ taken. This thing can still be super rush headlong. You just wasted a polymerization and 5 other dragons. I do not think this card is worth it at all. But once again, maybe you guys can prove me wrong. Maybe you guys can leave me like links to like this thing working or replays or so on and so forth, or prove me wrong in the comment section. Who knows, man? Maybe this card is good. Maybe this card is good for farming. You just use the Mystical Beast Circuit. It does have more attack than Blue Eyes Ultimate, so who knows? But for now, for me, I'm not feeling it. Next card, we actually have the, if it's titular for a movie, this is the, box art card, the Arcana Knight Joker. It's a fusion monster. It needs Queen's Knight, Jack's Knight, and King's Knight in order to be summoned, and it's a Providence with legs. It's an ultimate Providence with legs. Once per turn, I think it's once per turn. Is it once per turn? Once per turn, you can activate, if a card, a spell, or trap, or a monster effect is activated, you just discard one of the cards in your hand that's the same type and negate that card. So that's really good. That effect is really good. And I would normally say you're blowing a bunch of resources, but Queen's Knight and King's Knight, if Queen's Knight's on the field, you special summon Jack's Knight. So I already see OTK potential with this and a couple other cards, namely Flash Fusion, which lets you attack with the 3 other monsters, and then fusion right into Arcana Knight Joker and attack with this. And I see Last Gamble support, because you only need one Jack's Knight, I believe it is, and then you just have a bunch of Queen's Knight, King's Knight to get out Jack's Knight, and then Flash Fusion to get this thing on the field, wipe the back row out, and just attack like crazy. So yeah, I do see some last gamble support with this. It's gonna be great. I want to run it, but of course I don't have this card. But let's see, who knows, maybe when GX comes out and I hoard out a bunch of gems, I might get this further down the line. Book of Taiyu. I wish Book of Moon was in this box. Literally, I saw this card and I was like, is that Book of Moon? And then it's not. I was kind of sad. But you get to flip one face down monster on the field into flip up attack position. This is pretty good for the worms that are in this box, since there are a lot of flip monsters, and some of the cards, like I think Worm Calling and I believe Worm Zero, special summons worms in face down defense position, and then you can use this to turn into attack position, get its flip effects off, and so on and so forth. Also other cards that are flip effect monsters that are pretty prevalent in the game, namely cards like what's this thing called, Guardian Statue. You can get its effect off and then set it back down, and I'm not sure if you can tell if this counts as the summon, I mean the flip summon. So like you flip summon it, you set it, and then you flip summon it again, maybe bounce 2 cards back. I'm not too sure on that, don't quote me for it, but I think that would be pretty damn cool that you could bounce back 2 cards if that works. I'm not too sure, who knows, because I know what's this card name, AD Changer doesn't count for like the flip or something like that. It doesn't count, that's just AD Changer's effect. So who knows, this card could potentially be really good is what I'm trying to say. Next one is Diffusion. Arcana Knight back into the 3 cards to attack again sounds bonkers, dude. You only need 1 in a deck pretty much. If you're running a fusion deck, I don't think you want to defuse that often unless it's like optimal for you. Like let's say you're attacking and your opponent Super Rush Headlong your what's a good fusion to use? A Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer, right? You just defusion back into Buster Blader and back into like Red Eyes. I've seen that deck run with Red Eyes, so Red Eye Spirit gets the Red Eyes back out into the field. But maybe, oh wait, no, Dark Paladin better. So you get your Dark Magician back on the field, you get your Buster Blader back onto the field, and you can attack with those 2 rather than the 1. You can also attack and then defusion, since it is a quick play spell, and go bananas. This is really good, really good. I think that's it for the URs. Maybe I'm skipping one. Oh, I'm skipping my favorite one, Floodgate Trap Hole. This card is really good. I think it might be a staple. I'm not 100% sure. I have to see it in action more. I've only seen it in action once. I faced it, I faced off against it on the ladder, but I was running some weird tilty Card Breaker Big Bang Shot deck, and I summoned Card Breaker and then he Floodgate Trap Hole, and I'm like, this was a special summon. I have a normal summon coming up which was Dark Freed, so okay, thanks. I get my Dark Freed out and I banished your monster, whatever. But what it says is that when your opponent summons a monster, you change that monster into face down defense position and they're locked on the field that way. So that is great. It doesn't target, so it does slap tunes in the face, and it sets up and it destroys Red Eyes and Phoenix if you're running ninjas or Red Dragon Ninja, and send them right back to the deck. So I think that would be really good with this deck, with this card, but I don't think it fits in a lot of decks. Maybe Mill would be disgusting with this card, and Weevil would be disgusting with this card. Now to the SRs. Now these are actually really interesting. I'm so happy to see that we have BES cards now. I was gonna say support, but we actually have something to complement BES Big Core. We have BES Tetran now. It has the same kind of feel. It has really piss poor attack in 1800, but nice defense, like kind of nice. But you get 3 spell counters on it, and this card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card attacks or is attacked, remove 1 spell card. One counter from this card at the end of the damage step if you cannot destroy it. Once per turn, you can remove 1 counter from this card to destroy 1 spell or trap on the field. Now that can be a really good effect. However, you're taking off your counters, so you're gonna die soon. I don't know how I feel about that. That's the main thing that I don't really like about these cards, is that either if you're attacked or you attack, you lose a counter, and you only have 3, so you have to make your moves count, and that kind of sucks. But who knows? Maybe someone can find a deck for this. Maybe I can find a deck for this. Who knows? The next card, Horus the Black Flame Dragon, level 6. You already know what Horus level 8 does. This one is unaffected by spell effects, and if it destroys a card by battle this turn, you can actually get the level 8 in the end phase. I believe it is. Is it the end phase? Battle by turn card. Yeah, right after you destroy a card by battle. That's amazing. It's a really nice attack, really nice defense. To destroy a card. In this meta, you have to be 2400 attack, but I've already 2400 attack. But I already faced this in a beatdown deck, and I was scared, and the guy already got out level 8, and I just forfeited. That was ridiculous. It was really cool. I look forward to this deck being made by me. I have one. I might get another one. Who knows? I gotta get a whole bunch of gems. You see my gem supply there, so low. So the next card here is BES Crystal Core. If you thought we were done with BES, no, we're not. This is the last one though. But we have Big Core already, Tetran, now Crystal Core, and this card cannot be destroyed by battle. If it's attacked, does the same thing as everybody else. Once per turn, you can during your main phase, you can change one face-up attack position monster the opponent's control to face-up defense position. I don't know if that means that you have to use your counter for it, but I guess that's okay in being able to destroy opponent's monsters faster. But at the moment, I don't think that effect is any type of good. Yeah, I don't think it's that good. No, I can't see an instance where it'd be super essential to do that. Next up, we have Nobleman Eater Bug. Flip, destroy 2 monsters on the field. Amazing effect. However, you have to destroy 2 monsters on the field. If there's not 2 monsters for you to destroy, I don't believe that this effect goes off. And it's a 5-star. So how are you getting this out? The end on that one. Boxer. Boxer is actually really good because I already have 2 of these. It says when you this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can place 1 counter on this card. You can send this card with 2 more counters to the graveyard to special summon 1 earth monster from your deck. If this card will be destroyed by battle or by card effect, remove 1 counter from this card instead. I had a match against a Mako. I was running a warrior deck, as I said before. I used this, destroyed his, I forgot what I destroyed. But no, he attacked with Hammer Shark, and I mirror walled, destroyed it, got a counter on this. Homie then proceeded to slam his Yomi ship into this. I destroyed it, I get a counter, it goes to the graveyard, tries to take me down. I use one of my counters to get to stay on the field. Amazing effect in that you can keep yourself alive. If you have a nice back row, this card can stay on the field, and especially with that special summon 1 earth monster, you can special summon a Buster Blader from the deck, and without tributing or anything like that. That's pretty damn good. And with that plus warrior returning alive, if you want to use this again, or if you have already 3, that's not bad at all. And you just keep stacking up counters on this. And the difference between this and BES Big Core is that you can still attack with no counters on this thing. Like, it's not like it blows itself up. The only thing is you have to continue to protect it, and that's not that bad with beatdown decks and just normal like 1800 beat stick decks. Maybe with Ties That Bind, they run in crazy back row to support their card, so it's not hard. This card is actually pretty decent. I like it, man. Flame Tiger, another really good card in a Beast Rising deck. It special summons itself if you do not want to draw that turn if you have no monsters on the field. Nice 1800 fire, so it can be used in a Hazy Flame deck. If you have Hazy Flame in your hand and you have no monsters on the field, you can special summon this, tribute it for Hazy Flame, select a card and get it back from the graveyard, and so on and so forth. It's really good. And then we have Canine Tar. This card, I don't know how I feel about it, because it just sends a card. If it destroyed a card in the deck in order to gain the attack attack equal to the level times 100, I'd love to see this in Phoenix, because then you could just send a Phoenix, destroy a Phoenix in the deck to the graveyard, get this thing boosted, live through an attack, and then pop Phoenix next turn, destroy back row. That would be amazing from a 3-star fire monster, but it doesn't do that, so maybe its best bet is in Hazy Flame. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's pretty okay. Fusion Recycling Plant is the next super rare, and I already have one of these. This makes running fusions actually really good because you can discard a card and add a polymerization from the hand, which is already bananas. And then you just get your fusions out, and at the end of the turn, I believe you can recycle the cards, the monsters, or you can recycle the polymerization, and that's really, really good. Actually, is that in the back Magical Citadel? Alright, let's not even look at that. So this card right here, Armor Ninjutsu Art of Alchemy. I don't have one of these, but it's one of those situations, it's a card where it's good, but it's one of those situations where it's like you had to already exhaust yourself for this to be good. If you control a ninja art card, destroy all face-up ninja art cards you control and then draw 2 cards. Now, of course, you're only going to have 2 in order to be able to play this and destroy those cards and draw 2 cards. They must have already used their effects to special summon ninjas from the deck in order for them to be useful, but if you get rid of ninjutsu art cards, they may destroy the monsters that are attached to them. So you want to be able to have ninjas on the field that are not attached to the ninjutsu art cards in the back row, so when you use this, you do gain 2 because you already used the cards that are on the field. But I don't know. I gotta try it out. I think this card is really good. It makes ninjas actually go plus, and ninjas are already thinning out their deck with the ninjutsu art cards, so this one is gonna be pretty good too. Next we have Gaia Power, just another field spell. Earth monsters gain 500 attack and lose the 400 defense. It's okay, but field spells that actually are good in this meta right now are field spells that you can actually benefit from that do other things rather than just raise attack points. They either help you search your deck, or they help protect your monsters, or so on and so forth. Those are the good field spells in the game at the moment. These field spells are not that great. Next we have Typhoon. Typhoon is actually pretty cool. I want this. It says target 1 face-up spell or trap on the field, destroy it. If your opponent controls 2 or more spell or traps and you control no spell or trap cards, you can activate this card from your hand. It's a literal hand trap. But you can target 1 face-up spell or trap card in the field and destroy it. So, I mean, maybe bye-bye Toon Kingdom? But, I don't know. I think it's still kind of slower than Storm, because that destroys face downs as well as face ups and can be comboed with other cards that are destroyed face down. But who knows, this can be actually pretty decent. And then I believe this is the last one. Let me make sure this is the last one. Yep. Damage equals reptiles, a continuous trap card that says once per turn when you take battle damage from a battle involving a reptile monster, you can special summon 1 reptile monster from your deck with attack less than or equal to the battle you took. So you had to already take damage, you had to have already had a reptile monster on the field, and then you can special summon a monster from your deck with attack less than or equal to the battle you took, which I believe is only good for worms. Only good for worms. Because Worms has enough like low level monsters that you can special summon that you can get its flip off, or you can go whatever have you from the deck, then your deck out, and you can get out Worm 0. Because I don't see any other deck running this. Like, it's not that good. But Worms might actually be kind of decent. I'm not too sure. I haven't gone through all of them. I've seen Apocalypse. I'm not even gonna bother naming them because they have crazy names. So I've seen like A, K, because they all different letters of the alphabet. So A, K, I believe C, and D, I believe D. I'm not too sure. And they're pretty okay flip monsters, flip effects. Worm Opera, I can actually name off the dome, is okay because it reduces your opponent's attacking monsters by 500 if they're not worms. So I think that that's pretty good. But with that being said, those are all the super rares and ultra rares in the box. Is this box meta defining? I believe a couple cards are really going to be staples in certain decks, like Floodgate Trap Hole is going to be amazing in Weevil, amazing in Mill, and I believe this card right here, Card Guard, will be really good in Toons. And I believe this card, Horus the Black Flame Dragon, is already a deck in itself. Though it will be an expensive deck, it is already a deck within itself. Other super rares that get notable mention are here Boxer and Flame Tiger. I believe they are really, really good super rares. Their effects are pretty damn amazing. Maybe someone will find a way to exploit their effects to make them phenomenal, but right now I still think that they're really good out of all the super rares. Also, Horus the Black Flame Dragon, of course, if you're going to be running the level 8 one, you need level 6, and the rest of the URs, I mean the super rares, I mean maybe Typhoon and this Fusion Recycling Plant will be pretty good if Fusion start getting a lot more support. I believe Fusion Tag is in this, and I believe we're going to be getting the Neospatians with the GX update. So Fusions are going to be really big. But with that being said, those are the super rares and the ultra rares of the new box. Tell me what you think about the box in the comments section below. I look forward to reading you guys' comments. Thank you for supporting the channel while it's been in its constructive phase, because I've been trying to find time for you guys, but I love the support I get on the channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the videos. I'm gonna get going. With that said, peace.